cautiously, children, be alert. Because you have an enemy that's roaming the earth. I know you're young and restless, but you don't have to be careless. You see, sober thinking leads on to righteousness, to happiness, spiritual bliss. That's why I tell you this. Watch out, my children. Watch out, my children. It have a fella called Lucifer with a bag of white powder, and he don't want to powder your face, but to bring shame and disgrace to the human race. Now we sing it again. Watch out, my children. Watch out, my children. It have a fella called Lucifer with a bag of white powder, and he don't want to powder your face, but to bring shame and disgrace to the human race. I give you my counsel because I want to see all you young people live righteously. What you feed your mind with forms your characteristics and shape the path that you must walk tomorrow. Darkness or glow, joy or sorrow, that's why I'm concerned. So watch out, my children. Watch out, my children. Yeah, yeah. It have a fella called Lucifer with a bag of white powder, and he don't want to powder your face, but to bring shame and disgrace to the human race. To all my sons and daughters in Germany, pass auf, meine Kinder. Pass auf, meine Kinder. Da ist jemand, der heißt Lucifer, hat eine Jude mit weißem Puder. Aber will dein Gesicht nicht pudern, denn bringt den Menschen nur Schlechtes. Oh, you're young and your future is ahead of you. Right or wrong, sweet or sour, depends on what you do. Taking the wrong direction will drain your constitution and promote mental chaos and confusion. Then corruption to gain a man, and that is not God's plan. Cuidado, mis hijos, to my Spanish children. Cuidado, mis hijos. Hay un hombre que se llama Lucifer con una bolsa de polvo blanco, y él no quiere formar tu cara, pero para traer pena y desgracia para la raza humana. To my French children. Attention, mes enfants.
Attention mes enfants.
Attention, mes enfants.
Attention mes enfants.
Il y a quelqu'un
appelé Lucifer avec un sachet de poudre blanche. Il ne veut pas saupoudrer vos visages, mais apporter honte et détresse à la race humaine.
To my East Indian children, dekho mere bacha logo, dekho mere bacha logo. एक इंसान जैसा शैतान है, उसका पास है टाइलर पाउडर का, और दूसरों को पाउडर नहीं लगाता है। मनुष्यता का नाम पर यह एक बदनुमा दबा है। Watch out, my children. Watch out, my children. It have a fella called Lucifer with a bag of white powder, and he don't want to powder your face, but to bring shame and disgrace to the human race.
Hi lovers, how are you doing? All you doing good? Right, nice. So guess what? We will be live tomorrow in Workers' Right. The name of the page is called Workers' Right 868. And we will be talking the things on there. We will also be playing a few things on there. All I ever meet a batch of people that they did something and you know what they did, they know what they did, but they acting like they don't know what they did. Well, that is this group of people. Nikisha Byron, Asha Samaru, Mr. Kern Joseph, that is these batch of people when coming together on assassination. But we here to root out the truth. We here to hold these people accountable for the things that they have said and they have done on the media, believing that no one cares about Kevon. They are totally wrong about that. They say the dead have no power. The dead mightn't have power because they're not in the land of the living. But there is a God, and when innocent blood is shed, trust me, God does have to step in. So we say no justice, no peace. Or you can catch us on Workers' Rights 868. The name of the page is called Workers' Rights 868. And we will be live there tomorrow at 6 p.m. sharp. Or you will see us there. It will be streaming there on Facebook. It will be streaming on TikTok and YouTube. So all you have no excuse. All you can make it. Okay? A little support goes a long way. And we are just asking people to come in and hear what it is we are saying. Hear the things that we are playing. We are not crazy, even though they might try to label us as crazy because we crazy when coming to the justice, right? But we also have to expose Miss Christina Levi because she would have been the woman that came to my house in America and packed drugs inside of a barrel. Okay? She's a very dangerous woman. Beware of that woman. We have a lot to share tomorrow. Join us tomorrow at Workers' Rights 868. Your girl will be in the building. And don't worry, we bring in the plastic helmet there. As if they're ready.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Renison Jeffrey, and this is the Workers' Rights platform. We are broadcasting live on the Workers' Rights Network. Now, to the many of you that are joining us here this evening, the many of you that are on TikTok, that is on YouTube, and joining us on Facebook, this evening we have a very informative program here tonight. So, to all my friends that are on the other side of Trinidad, good evening to you. To those that join us from Cedros, from Captiville, from all about, good afternoon to you. My mother from Point Fortin, my sister from Point Fortin, good afternoon. My brothers, everyone, good afternoon to you today. And without further ado, people of Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension, the Caribbean, where this broadcast reach today. You know, it is out of Peter across. Tonight is not just about propaganda. Tonight is about truth and integrity, and having the courage to call out lies when you see it. It have often been said that lies circle the world while the truth still tie in his shoelace. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the truth have on our sneakers, and we are going sprinting here tonight. People must not be left alone. You see, lies left unchecked make us complicit in the lie. That is why tonight we will not stay silent. And before we bring on the guests, a matter of fact, just now, right, tonight before we bring on the guests, you see, this thing here is not just about one person. You know? This is about those who have been misled and deceived. And to some of you that think here within Trinidad and Tobago. I know some of you might be saying, boy, I mean, who dare speak against Twiggy? Or you don't know she name is Christine Levi. Today is about truth, and that's what this platform was all about, the truth. But before we go into this critical video this evening, we are going to play a tape that is so controversial. Many of you don't understand it in the first place. But yet still, we are going to play this tape. So people mustn't just go out and just left to lie down the place. Yes, I say it. Miss Christine Levi, other known as Twiggy Willa Willa, is a liar. And we would have found out that, long, but we would have left everyone at the end of the day to say what they have to say, support wherever party they want to support. But at the end of the day, this is about truth. And truth, anytime you lie, it rotten the foundation. And the house come crumbling down. And the amount of things I could say concerning that, with Ghost Gang, with Warrior, I could talk all of these things, But I will leave that for another day. If you feel afraid, or afraid this one, or afraid that one, or you lie. Track number 1. You see, we had to play this thing. Let me dispel the argument immediately.
I'm going to tell you something with me. I am a so-called family talking, but me, I want to call mine. Let me tell you something. When you want mileage, come good. Come real good. Don't come with no piece of talk to embarrass yourself. They're dragging you too much on Facebook. You see all this where you send for me? Go back in Western Union. Go back in all the places they send this for, and you will see your money waiting on you. Never touch it. This is too small for Twiggy to go Western Union or Unit Trust and stand up for. Just go in there now and collect back from since 220 or 222 or whatever. Go back and collect your money. When you want to talk with me. This money is not no money for me to play with. No way in Trinidad and Tobago. You know where she send this money for?
Oh, you see that video? You see the video? Many of you will understand that video. Now, this is one of the clips that we would have caught Miss Christine Levi in a lie, trying to convince who? Trying to convince the public? Clip number 2. See, we can't play here tonight. Clip number 2.
But I pass you by you, me can't talk about you, I don't talk, I consider you as a family, me don't talk about people. I never go at that, never, as the Lord here in me, I never run behind that money. I know money, that is embarrassment for me to go and make a line ranking to the aka Willa Willa, the old car with no brakes in Western Union, or money grant for 50 US. Why looking, not like a spanger? For that, I so thirsty. And barrel of food, people that shopping for me. Barrel of clothes, people that go and think for me. Answer me for children. I go run for that to make them so. People, look, I wouldn't even talk what people say about them.
People are giving this a little context in it because when we bring out the guests, the plastic helmet, as she calls herself, the plastic helmet, when we bring on the guests, I want you to understand where we coming from here today. Because people mustn't just give them out liberty all over the internet and just talk nonsense. One thing I'm sure about saying, without fear or favor, that woman that you would have seen there is a liar. And the thing about it is that they're so brave, they put themselves all over social media. Now I hear the guy walking Wassa. This is not about that, you know. This is about the integrity of the person. This is about the integrity of the person that in that picture that is known as Christine Levi. All over, she skin up here, she skin up there, all over. Put she foot on barricade, all kind of thing. Next to Watson Duke. Like if Watson Duke want you. Watson Duke tell you are a woman. But let me pull up the tape, let me pull up the clip one time. Not that clip, let me pull up the receipt, a matter of fact. The guest and all is known as receipt queen. Let me put up the receipt and you go see for yourself. And you tell me, people, Trinidad and Tobago, you tell me what you go say. If Twiggy is not a liar, then tell me what she is. This right here is the first, and you would have seen that she would have received it. She picked it up. Christine Levi has picked up your money transaction. Receipt number 2. Pick up your transaction. Receipt number 3. You see, receipt number 3. Receipt number 4. As a matter of fact, let me skip out number 4. We have something to tell you about that number 4 in a while. Receipt number 5. And the individual would have just said that money too small for she. That money, man, a matter of fact, let me bring on the guest. Good afternoon, Miss John. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. How are you doing? Pleasant good night to each and every one of you. Beautiful people. Hello, 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 you.
Good afternoon, Miss John. We have hundreds of people all over. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on TikTok. I mean, tonight we was talking about the issue. I mean, I know you have a lot of things to say. But before you move on to the rest of things, I know you have the thing with Kevin, and you have a lot of proof that you would have sent to me on my phone. To the public, we are going to open the line to give you a chance to interact with us. We can't join you on TikTok because we have a third party app. You want to join the thing, or you jump up, we will pour you on the screen if or you have the testicular fortitude to do so. But at the same time, we have some proof that we are going to put here on the internet. So at the end of the day, Miss John, I turn it all over to you. You're looking very pretty and lovely. And
Thank you.
I can't understand why they don't say otherwise, but I mean, go ahead, Miss John.
Jealousy, hate, but it is what it is. But I would like to get into what I know about Miss Christina Levi, right? Everybody know her as Twiggy Willa Willa. And I don't want to go too deep. I just want to get right to the point when coming to this specific individual. Now, this individual is a very dangerous individual. And the only reason why I would say that is because for the simple fact that you end up in my home in America. That is where it started, eh? That is why I come into Kevin stuff. Because you end up in my home in America. You had nowhere to go. Everybody closed the door on you. Nobody wanted Twiggy in their home. Everybody turned their back on Twiggy. Twiggy called me, plead with me, and asked me if she could sleep in my gallery and all.
Oh God! And that is the diva that she says she is. Miss John.
Yes.
She called herself a diva.
And it was a voice note she sent, asking to sleep in the gallery. She said she don't care where she had to sleep. If she had to sleep on my gallery or my floor, she would take that. You understand? So somebody being under that, that kind of circumstances, and you don't know them from nowhere really, but you build a little relationship with them online, meaning through Facebook, interacting, helping them out here and there, because they say they're doing charity, right? All right. So now you end up in my home. You end up in my home now. As everybody know, I am an ex-felon. I never hide that from nobody, right? Now, why would I sit down? See you put drugs in a barrel to ship it. I question you about it. You get angry. Oh, there's why this do. But this is why you can't go in nobody home in America. Because if this is what you're doing, staying in someone's home, somebody allow you to stay there temporary because you are a visitor in the United States of America. And when you go into people's home and you're shipping off your barrels and them, you're packing a little 2-3 things of drugs. We're talking about marijuana, weed inside of the barrel. Right? And then when I asked Twiggy, I said, Twiggy, how long you been doing this? This is why people didn't want Twiggy in the place, because obviously if somebody's seeing what Twiggy doing and they check her about it, Twiggy's going to react in the most disgraceful and distasteful way. She don't like nobody to tell she nothing. Nobody can tell Twiggy nothing. Twiggy know everything and you don't know nothing. Now, as we proceed, she was packing the stuff, like I said, in the barrel. I questioned her about it. I told her about it. And immediately, the first thing I did was I contacted someone I know in law enforcement, and they advised me to call tips and let them know the situation, and they will advise me what to do, which I did took extra precaution because, again, I've been in trouble with the law before, right? So Twiggy could easily call and say, I ship a barrel from my address with drugs in it. She could have called and throw that on me. You get what I'm saying? So I have was to protect myself.
So what you're saying is that you see she in the act.
I caught her in the act with my own 2 eyes. I should have a God above it. If I had a Bible right in front of me right now, put man on the Bible. Twiggy was packing drugs inside the barrel, marijuana, and I reported her out here to tips, and I also reported her to the police.
My
when
God.
I did that, if you notice, Twiggy haven't been in America in how long? How long Twiggy haven't been in America now? Why would I sit down all they say, oh, she's a felon, she's a criminal, she's a this, she's a that. You come in my house, begging and lodging, and I don't really know you from nowhere. I just see, okay, well, we had a little relationship. I see in a bad predicament. I decide to pull it in and help you. But because I was talking about Kevin assassination and she wanted me to come off it, she teamed up with other people to lie upon my back, upon my son. She said my son gay, a little boy who she hugged, kiss, play, like sit down and whole conversation, take him in the store with she, everything. She turned and tell everybody he's gay. She turned and tell everybody my house had rats and roaches, all because Twiggy was mad at me.
And all those receipts that I would have shown there just a while back, because I know it was their back screen.
Yes.
You was the person that would have sent that money, not so?
Yes.
So
and
when...
it was for charity.
So she said it was for charity. And
That's
she
what she told me. She told me she wanted to buy a cake and feed some children. There was times she would say, I want to buy a cake, niece, and I want to feed some children. I will send my little change now. I ain't had nothing. Sometimes she would call me and tell me what she not bring food. If I could just send $50 to she and I will give it to her.
Right? No, the average man might understand that talk that you're now talking about, brain food. What is the acronym? What is the slang? What we just call brain food? What we just... Right. You see, I just want the average man, because all kind of people listening. If that people listening right about now, John, for your tongue to slip within a particular direction to send lawsuit for you. But this is not about that. This is about the truth, and we're talking the truth. We're talking the truth here.
It's my truth to speak, because at the end of the day, if Twiggy didn't come in my home and I didn't see Twiggy put drugs in a barrel, I wouldn't have nothing to tell the public. I wouldn't be able to tell the public, bodily, this woman put drugs in a barrel in my home. I've been in trouble with the law, and I make sure I reported she to the law. I didn't sit down on that, because you're not going to come now because I'm fighting for justice and feel they could use that against me and say, see, you don't try to put anything on me. So I took extra precautions when I saw Twiggy did what she did the same day. Twiggy did that and she shipped out the barrel the same day she called the Parker to take it. The Parker is the name of the company.
You see, to those of you guys that are outside here that now putting on the thing, we are talking about Twiggy. The name is Christine Levi, and we want to put it up side by side. Just for you to understand it, just what we're talking about. We would have called out Twiggy. Yes, Twiggy. The mother that called herself a mother that living in a house. That was not the initial thought of the thing. From what we would have heard, that would have been a home that should have been a home for young children, and she take it over and she living in it. If I'm talking, I'm talking after what the people say, what the streets say. So let me play the clip that you can understand what we're talking about.
I'm going to tell you something with me. I am a so-called family talking about me. I want to call mine. Let me tell you something. When you want mileage, come good. Come real good. Don't come with no piece of talk to embarrass yourself. They're dragging you too much on Facebook. You see all this where you send for me? Go back in Western Union. Go back in all the places they send this for. And you will see your money waiting on you. Never touch it. This is too small for Twiggy to go Western Union or Unit Trust and stand up for. Just go in there now and collect back from since 220 or 222 or whatever. Go back and collect your money. When you want to talk with me. This money is not no money for me to play with. No way in Trinidad and Tobago. You know what she sent this money for?
So at the end of the day, people of Trinidad and Tobago, you see that what we would have said is not a lie. The proof is right there in the pudding. And they say the lie does travel more faster than the truth, but I'm telling you, I'm promising you guys here tonight that today the truth have on boots and we are going to sprint here tonight. You see, people mustn't be allowed to just lie down the place. For what? For money? To sell out? To sell out who? Who you selling out? Me, you, the neighbor, the black people. And then when you're done, you're acting so influential all throughout the internet. There are people saying, Twiggy, that if they see you spitting in your face, they will spit in your face. Many of them saying, boy, watch out this woman going on, she's a disgrace. I myself, if I stand up next to her, I might say, boy, oh God, she's a black woman. What is this? Have some dignity and respect for yourself. Man, I know you're hearing the kind of thing that Miss John is saying here on the internet. Something I believe that many of you cannot deny. I mean, you can't deny it. Miss John, you say you make reports in me. You make reports.
Yes, I did make reports on her because again, to me, mailing out drugs in a barrel, even if it's a small amount or a large amount of drugs, don't matter what it is. Once it's drugs, that is considered drug trafficking. Internationally drug trafficking. You understand? So once I saw Twiggy did that, remember, that's the first time Twiggy ever came in my home. The first time Twiggy ever come around me. Right? And that is what you will do. And when I try to speak to you about it, you take a high horse, you're mad, you want to get on and raise up your mouth for me and get on and act like you run in my home. You understand? So after she shipped off that barrel, like about a week after that, she left. right? She was already buying us for like a good 2 to 3 weeks before she shipped off the barrel. She was packing it. Slowly packing it up and everything. And something just said, I'm going to go to the back and, you know, I went to the back in the room to check on she, and when I went back there, sure enough, she had the bag wrapped up. She had everything wrapped up in her bag, and the way she sealed it up and band it up and everything. And she stick it down inside of her pocketbook, inside the barrel, and stick it down in the barrel. And I asked her, and I was like, Twiggy, that is weed? And she, hey. No, hey. You're shipping that from my house. It's no nothing. It's what the fuck you're doing, excuse my language. Because when the fire starts to burn, who going to get burn? Me? No. So this is what you just come America to do. To gather your little high grades and your little weed and stuff to ship it back to Trinidad. And saying you're doing children charity. Using the children as a way to gain money from people. While Twiggy was in my house, however, I would have witnessed Twiggy calling people for money. Twiggy had no money. You understand? While she was in America, Twiggy was asked out. Not even a lifeline Twiggy had. Twiggy would have called Penny Beckles while she was in my house.
Penelope Beckles you're talking about?
Yes, that beautiful woman. And even when she came up before Penny, she started about talk. Them can't move without me, you know. Them just need me, you know. No. Bump up she mouth. Twiggy does bad talk everybody. Everybody she jump on a call with as she come up. And them know me, you know. Because it's I who does this, she wanted to
Wait. The Penelope Beckles, who is now the how to say, the opposition leader, the PNM? My God.
That is who she would have called for a little help, you know, and she sounded like a very, very nice, down-to-earth kind of woman. But Twiggy, however, when Twiggy got off the phone with her, Twiggy started to talk about her and started to talk about, you know, they can't move without she. They need she.
I mean, I would have stated something just now. I don't know if you know, Penelope Beckles is now the opposition leader of the people. You know, Twiggy, the same Twiggy. I don't want to make this thing political here. You know the same Twiggy would have been heavily campaigning for the UNC.
For the UNC?
Twiggy is a UNC. Twiggy publicly come out and say she's a UNC.
That is funny to me because at the end of the day, wasn't Manning her father? Isn't Manning her father? Isn't that the man she played? That my father and this and that. The way Twiggy talk like she's a solid, loyal woman. Twiggy is disloyal. Twiggy have no loyalty to no one. And I saw something about Wassa giving Twiggy a position. That is a disgrace to all the people who is equipped for that position. That is a disgrace to pull a woman with no education, no understanding, no knowledge, an ignorant, illiterate black woman, to put her in a position that people have been applying for years or months or trying to get in, and them get discarded for Twiggy to go there. Twiggy.
Oh God.
Twiggy, you know, a woman with no qualifications to be working in WhatsApp, inside a WhatsApp, working in WhatsApp. She have a position in WhatsApp. Now, we ain't knocking you for your hustle, because that is how we just get around like a grasshopper. You're hopping everywhere. Anywhere the money is, that is where Twiggy go. PNM had no money to get she. So she gone over to the UNC. You understand? As soon as Kamala come in position, you get a big position in WhatsApp. A position you're not even qualified for. Tell Twiggy to spell appreciated. And see if she can spell that word.
At this time, I know Twiggy. Twiggy is well over 60 years. And if we are saying, Miss John, that, you know, we trying to alleviate unemployment in Trinidad and Tobago. Twiggy don't get that little pension. She might be getting NIS and pension. I know the thing does go. And if she done getting that already, why put yourself in a position Oh, why then gracefully say, you know, I don't want that, but you know, well, help out this person?
Because she's greedy. She's greedy, and you know somebody who will stand up and say, I for the youths, I for the younger people. Why you didn't give a younger person that position who is equipped first? Why you didn't give somebody younger than you a chance? You don't all about to kick the bucket just now, but you're so greedy. Twiggy and them so greedy and bad mind and jealousy and envy. They can't see another man climb that ladder. Because if they climb the ladder before them, that means they go get everything before them. So guess what? Them have to be the only one going up that ladder. Twiggy have a son who is a thief. Twiggy's son is a big thief in Port of Spain, snatching people chain, and this is not no talk. This is facts. Right? Twiggy come out and cuss me about my family and talking, you know, talking big like she's a gangster, like she could do something to my family. Twiggy's a thief. Twiggy does bad talk the men and them who working for she, the men and them who selling drugs for she, and I don't know lie. Twiggy talk a lot of she business in my home. She hold drug operation. The little operation where she have with people going on, with them fellas and them going and taxing them business people. She's a part of that. She's a part of that. And we just giving we Mount Libertino. We talking from what Twiggy tell we when we was good and she was sitting in my home talking. The public don't know what she was talking with me. I know what she was talking with me. And I have no reason to lie on her. But she would have been sitting in my home talking a lot. All she business, everything. Because remember, she has to convince you she up big. She high. She have money, help. She don't worry. When she get back to Trinidad, she was send my piece of money. Those were her lingo the whole time. So she job is to convince me that she have pull. So this is why she would have been calling Penny because and she would have been calling certain people. Now I would have called my Tyson daughter and put her on the phone with Twiggy. You know what Twiggy do me? Twiggy tell me to get she the girl number and she want to add the girl on Facebook because Twiggy realized me and the girl is good friends. We used to model together. Right?
Okay.
I used to model back in the day. Me and my Tyson daughter, we ripped the runway in Manhattan, Harlem Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week. We done ripped the runway so many times as plus size models. So this is somebody who's a personal dear friend to me. So I introduced Twiggy to her for charity because she's into them things big. She likes to donate on a big level and come down and see what's needed to be done in another country. She likes to give back. I put you on to Twiggy. You know what Twiggy do me? Twiggy trying to tell the girl, don't deal with me, deal with she. She don't know that it's my personal friend. And once Twiggy did that, Mickey is her name. She called me and she was like, here. She was like, I have a bad feeling, a bad vibes about this lady, this woman right here. I'm like, you serious? She was like, yes, Mickey, I'm telling you, don't trust her. I got a bad vibes about her. You know her? I said, I don't know her personally. I said, but I just know her. And she was in my home. And from there, I was getting the signs. Everybody who came and meet Twiggy in my home, you know much people passed to visit me and saw Twiggy and Twiggy vexed. She flew because she don't like make out things. She don't want nobody to know she was staying by me.
And she was asked.
Twiggy tried to embarrass one of she hold up front a big guy. A guy who, you know, working, you know, have a big position in FedEx and these places, right? And the guy came to visit Twiggy. The man just asked Twiggy a question. While the man talking to Twiggy, he was interacting with me because here Twiggy, that's my niece. And you know she's showing off and whatever. So the guy was like, you know, you do music and stuff like that. And the guy, you know, he exchanged numbers with me because he said he into that stuff and he have a studio and whatnot. Who tell you to do that? Twiggy cussed that man and belittle that man. And mind you, that is the man who put money in she pocket. Belittle that man cut off Twiggy from that day. He never answered. He phoned for Twiggy after that. Twiggy put that man to shame in front of my house. In front of my house. All because he was trying to be cool with me. She brought she little granddaughter over to visit. She granddaughter had a baby. Because that way she said that she granddaughter who came down from the Bronx. Nice young girl. She's a young mom. You know, the baby is only like 2 months old. So I guess she smokes and whatever. So she saw my brother and she liked my brother. So, you know, she wanted to leave the baby to go and smoke. So I guess she left the baby thinking Twiggy would have watched the baby with her. Twiggy cut she, Twiggy run she, Twiggy tells she looking for man. And the way Twiggy degrade that young lady That is no way to speak to a young woman that is already going through turmoil. A young woman that is already broken and she have a baby with no baby father. You understand? And you claiming you're a grandmother and you beating down this young woman. Once I saw Twiggy do those things, I know Twiggy had no good in she. One thing you don't do, you don't beat down people while you see them down. And Twiggy is typical that person. Right? She feels she have a kind of strong point. When Twiggy feels she have the upper hand, she feels she can beat down anybody. That is why I stood on the internet and I spoke nothing but truth on Twiggy. Twiggy can't tell me nothing. Twiggy come in my home like a straggler, like a bum, like a grade run. She reach in America with no money on she card. Or she leave she card in the drawer, home, and the PIN number.
So
no card to swipe and take out a little $100.
So you didn't believe that she leave the card home, Miss John? I mean, come on.
No, she didn't leave the card home. She broke. She was broke. She had no money. So while she would have been in my home, this is how everything transpired about Kevin. I didn't know Twiggy know about Kevin assassination. I didn't know these things. But Twiggy was in my home while I would have been watching Kevin on a live, and the live would have been, would have been loud. Twiggy heard me listening to Kevin. She heard Kevin cussing. And Twiggy run out from the room, run out to me and tell me I watching a dead man on the live. What the fuck I watching him for? I all the way in America. What I watching him for? Why watching that bulla for? And that is how Twiggy was getting.
You know why we are carrying on this conversation? Truth matters.
It does.
Truth matters. And at the end of the day, we must not leave truth, people to lie unchecked because we become complicit.
Exactly.
This thing, I mean, this thing is a pandemic right about now, an epidemic. Somebody wants something from you, they just lie. Somebody wants to go into government, they just lie.
The lie. To get the way.
Something wrong with us.
Like people don't like the truth no more. Because they will see the truth in the face and it's like the oblivious state. Or just they don't want the truth, they rather deal with the lies. Right? But when you enable, let's talk some facts here, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you enable a woman like Twiggy behavior for a very long time, very, very long time. Now, one day, you might be walking down the road and you see Twiggy, well, what are you doing? The fuck you talking to me for? I know you. And you will be shocked. Like, wait, just so why do this woman? I just say good morning. That is how Twiggy is. Twiggy is a very, she's very ignorant. And she feels she walks with this kind of way like she's a celebrity. Even when she out in America, if you see how she go let down, she dreads to drag down on the ground. If you see Twiggy does act like she's a celebrity. You understand?
And we have some pictures to show you again, you know. I mean, I understand what you are saying. I mean, let me put the celebrity up on the screen for you to see the celebrity. This is the celebrity right here. As you say, she acts like a celebrity. She dreads long to the ground. And
yeah, she dreads sweeping the ground. While she walking, it was sweeping up all the dirt on the ground.
Right, so this is the celebrity here that act like the celebrity. Not so, Miss John?
Yes.
You know that building right behind there?
Yeah.
And that was the place that, she would have said that it would have been a home for children.
She was supposed to turn that into a home for children, for girls. And she turned that into her own house. I mean, nobody could come and fight she fit now because remember, she was given the land and the house. She was been given it. Twiggy was living across from that.
Yeah, but wait. And she would have sourced funding from other people from the community to get that house with.
Yes, she did. She got a contract and she used the money from the contract to build she house.
All of this.
She would have gotten a contract, them contract that it is get, for workers.
Mm-hmm. For workers.
And that
to get workers like a labor officer or something.
Yes.
To provide labor,
yes,
right.
She had a contract. Yes. Just like I think it's like it's not sea pepper, but when they clean in the road and them kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Twiggy would have gotten a contract back in the day, and Twiggy would have funded money from out of that to finish build that property she have there. That was supposed to be a children's home.
So
Twiggy was living in a little board house across from that.
but somebody told me as well, notwithstanding what you're saying, how she would have obtained that house? She buy it or something? She get it from
No,
somebody?
she didn't buy the house. No. She didn't buy the house. She scammed she way to get that house. She scammed she way in to get that for Manning to give it to she. She says she want to help children. She want to give back to the children. She want to take children, girls off the street. She want to help children. I don't know how the house turned into one big house, fancy house for Twiggy to live in by herself. Me know if Twiggy need all them chairs to lie down on. Twiggy might be 160 pounds, 70 pounds. What Twiggy doing with all them chairs, all them bed? You understand it? The way it's set up, the way the house built, you could tell it was supposed to be a home.
Now, before we go on, to the many of you that are listening and hearing what is being said here, we would have proven the fact categorically that Twiggy is a liar. And just for you to see, look, one of the tape here. Look, let me
I
play.
pass you by you, me can't talk about you, I don't talk, I consider you as a family, me don't talk about people. I never go at that. Never as the Lord here in me, I never run behind that money. I know money, that is embarrassment for me to go and make a line ranking to the aka Willa Willa, the Oka with no breaks in Western Union. Or money grant for 50 US. Why looking not like a spanger? For that I so thirsty. And barrel of food people that shopping for me. Barrel of clothes people that go and think for me. Answer me for children. I go run for that to make them so people look. I wouldn't even talk with people say about them.
Just now, I mean, we have our next video here. Let me play it so you can get a gist of what is taking place here.
I'm going to tell you something with me. I am a so-called family talking about me. I want to call my name. Let me tell you something. When you want mileage, come good. Come real good. Don't come with no piece of talk to embarrass yourself. They're dragging you too much on Facebook. You see all this where you send for me? Go back in Western Union. Go back in all the places they send this for. And you will see your money waiting on you. Never touch it. This is too small for Twiggy to go Western Union or Unit Trust and stand up for. This go in there now and collect back from since 220 or 222 or whatever. Go back and collect your money. When you want to talk with me. This money is not no money for me to play with. No way in Trinidad and Tobago. You know what she send this money for?
You see, a liar have no memory. And thank Almighty God that any transaction that take place on the internet, on people does record that. So you see Twiggy, big bull, broad back, children this, children that. We doing this to children. And watch what take place. Look the facts right in front of you. Where you go say? Where you go say Twiggy we lie? Man, to hell with you, yes. What you are going to say, Christina Levi? That this is a lie? Is it right to deceive the people? To deceive people all your life? You're deceiving. You what this, you what that, you what this, you what that. It's for this, it's for that. What really going on here in Trinidad and Tobago? These is the type of people that we look up to. People would have pledged the last dollar to help you in an initiative And then you turn it around and you use that as something to do what? To gain money, to gain favors. Man, she should be the last person anybody here in Trinidad and Tobago should be listening to. This woman is a total disgrace to the race of black people. And you would have heard, we can't confirm. But you hear what Miss John is saying. She would have caught her in the act. In the very act. You know what it is to catch somebody come in your house, we open you up, we tell you come in and what? We come and we catch you packing drugs. You know what is that? To know that you not, I mean, you don't want to be in no standing with the law coming at your house, at your place. Because if at the end of the day, you would have done that, the accident where was the first place, and then they're coming home by you in your house. They're coming on your work, they're coming there with the police. I can tell you, I see that already. I went by a partner to stay, spend a weekend, he brother, involved in drugs and ammunition, and the police come there and he wake me up. Because he tell the police, hey, this is why I stayed. And it's customary for the police to come by you. Is this the example that we want for us, for when we hear them? The skin up the leg, so all over. On pavement, on barriers all over. And then at the end of the day, taking food out of people's mouth. People that is more qualified, all because for what? A political favor? My God. My God. Miss John, I mean, I put you on. I mean, somebody called me. Let me answer. Let me call this person. I put you on. I put you on. I right here. I right behind the scene. I put you on. You go ahead.
Okay.
So, Miss John, you're there. You're loud and clear. The entire world.
So yes. So yes, beautiful people. So I would have liked to also get into how, I end up going back and forth on the internet with Twiggy and the other individuals pertaining to Kevon assassination. Now, while I would have been fighting for justice, Twiggy would have came in the picture and trying to convince me on how I should do certain things and what I shouldn't do, who name I shouldn't call. You understand? So when she was talking to me and advising me, giving me information on Hamil and letting me know it's Hamil and them who do it, and also Rachel Price, I was surprised. Now, I don't think she would have lied for something like that, because I asked Twiggy, I said, Twiggy, call man, give me the news. Twiggy call man, tell me, the take out Kevon, go up on the Facebook, go and see. I tell you they was going and take him out. So obviously, if you tell me in my home, I'm watching a dead man on the live, then take you serious, right? And I decided like, okay, you know what, I ain't even studying Twiggy. Once again, Twiggy like to talk, you understand? Obviously, when Kevon come and die now, the assassination took place, Twiggy called me, she was the one who called me and give me the news and tell me, go up on the Facebook, they just kill Kevon, they just lick down my boy. So that's what make me look at Twiggy and make me go to Twiggy like, Twiggy, you know anything, or God help me out now, trying to figure out really what really happened here to Kevon. Because this is very hurtful to watch, especially watch all of them going back and forth, cussing with each other, back and forth for years, right? So I do feel like Kevon deserves some kind of justice, especially once these people's hands is involved. Kevon didn't deserve what it is they do to him there. And anybody want to sit there and be like, oh, he deserve it. That is your opinion. But you tell me, if your family member like to talk and they use the mouth as a weapon and they speak about things that they go through, that speak to the followers, you feel like it's necessary for somebody to come and assassinate them? Would you feel okay with that? Would you feel okay with somebody coming to take them out? I don't think so. I don't think you will feel okay if somebody taking out your brother or your sister or your mother or your auntie or your uncle because they just talk or they have a platform to talk. That is totally unfair. So anybody who's sitting there and trying to say, oh, Kevon deserve it, he deserve it, that is fuckery and that is bullshit, right? Now, while we're moving forward now and we're fighting for justice, we're fighting for justice, we're standing up, we're doing what we had to do. Hamil and everybody publicly would have been coming and saying, Oh, why you calling up Hammy name in these things? And I told everybody that I have every reason to call Hammy name, because if Hamil is identifying himself as a suspect, why me calling him out on it and saying that he is a suspect, why that is a problem? Now, a lot of people did not hear these things and these lies that Hamil and them did on Instagram, because they didn't even have much people on that Instagram when he was talking of these things, right? So we want to play one of the recordings where he was identifying himself as a suspect in Kavon assassination.
Right. So concerning the first one.
Yeah.
All right, wait a little minute. You catch me unexpected here again.
I have it here too if you want me to play it.
Yeah, play from on your side. Just I would have just went through that just a while back there. No?
Okay.
I know as a suspect, yeah, but I also suspect him too. I watch him.
Right, I feel you need to play that on your side.
If somebody died,
It's on my side?
Yes, play it on your side.
All right.
you could get nasty.
So again, this would have been the recording of Hamil Hussein identifying himself as a suspect. Everybody know him as Kia Big Jamet Hussein, the man with no cat, who Kevon had beef with, and he had beef with Kevon. Right? This is the individual that was saying publicly, speaking to his personal private followers via Instagram and letting them know he's a suspect too. And let me just play the recording. Let's just do that.
I know as a suspect, yeah, but I also suspect him too. I watch him. Because obviously, if somebody died, the game could get nasty. So you have to fucking sit down now and start to fucking, you have to start to put your fucking marbles together. Because you go, oh, alright, so it go in. This might go so, that might go so. So I have to know, yeah. Because I know I can be fucking defended. That's what I sure about. I know as a suspect, yeah, but I also suspect him too. I watch him. Because obviously, if somebody died, the game can get nasty. So you have to fucking sit down now and start to fucking, you have to start to put your fucking marbles together. Because you go, oh, alright, so it go in. This might.
The question is, somebody die, and you're saying the person. You're saying the person who died, you have to sit down and put your marbles together, and the game could get nasty, and you is a suspect. So why, when I came publicly and I was saying Hamil Hussein is involved and he's a suspect, why people saying, oh, why is she calling people name? Why? I have every right to. If he's identifying himself as a suspect in Kevon assassination and the police didn't identify him as a suspect, nobody in the investigation identified him as a suspect, he identified his own self as a suspect. So when I come forth now and I exposing them in this, why people so mad and saying, oh, you're calling people name? No, we are not. These are people that spoke, and we are holding them accountable for the things that they say out of their mouth pertaining to Kevon assassination.
Bluetooth disconnected.
Right? So if you're saying, obviously somebody died, so the game could change. How the game changing and why would the game change? This is your enemy, you know. This is a man who Kia despise, you know. Right? He's saying the game could change. So you have to sit down and watch your marble so and see, watch so and see. That's how this going. That's how that going. So obviously, them have to know how to move because they're watching to see what one another is doing. Who coming to say what next? Who might do what next? They don't know. Because all of them is involved. You understand? And it's not to an extent. It is all of them knew about the assassination before the assassination even happened. They knew he was going to die. Just like Twiggy said, watching a dead man on the live in 2022. September of 2022. And if of September of 2022, you identifying, I watching a dead man on the live. And then when he dead now, you call me to give me the news and let me know they kill him. They kill him. They take him out. Now I decide to fight for justice because I feel very hurt to know that you come all the way in my house. Tell me that I didn't even take you serious. And something really happened to the man. So for all the people who feel like we shouldn't say anything about it, let him rest. He can't rest. How could he rest? They take him out and then they brag about it. Then they continue to call him dead dog. Then they continue to slander him. They continue to call his name without a purpose. Because they were no friends to Kevon. They were enemies. Now, why is his enemy so comfortable calling his name? That's the question here.
A big question. That is a big question.
Yeah.
At this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, without further ado, we are going to open the lines for you to call in. And the number is right there on the screen, in it. 3332176. Now, somebody would have just left a voice note, a matter of fact. I don't want to put them on the spot, in it, but just give me a thumbs up in the same WhatsApp thread that you would have just sent the message. That if I could call you, a matter of fact. We need to talk. We need to talk. So, Miss John, I know we're taking this thing here in a particular direction. I mean, and people are saying, but look, Twiggy, everybody knows she lying.
I'm going to tell you something with me. I am a so-called family talking about me. I want to call my name. Let me tell you something. When you want my late
150, you know, like I was saying, a little change. And for Twiggy to sit down and try to lie to the public and say she never pick up no money because she tried to lie and make people feel like I's this bum and I had nothing and this and that. And I show people like, wait, how you trying to downplay me when I open my house for you to come and stay in? How you trying to label me like I had nothing when I pretty much was minding you for some time? Because you're telling me you need help for this, you need help for that, charity this, charity that. So how I's the bum when you is the one reaching America in a predicament? We just have to make it make sense. So a lot of people like to run with lies. And of course, the Twiggy minions will sit down and be like, well, I don't care what she say. I still stick it with Twiggy. Well, they could stick with her old illiterate fool. We don't care about that.
And she,
You understand?
Now, the reason why I hook up the phone line, I'm at that, you would have seen me moving a little bit just now there.
Okay.
Right, so let me make this. Good afternoon.
You wasn't expecting that life to end?
Just so we have a ending. Oh God, the live ending on TikTok, you know. We live end on TikTok. That is how serious this thing going, you know. Well, we putting it back up.
Okay. All right.
We putting back up this live here now on TikTok. Right, so we back up again. We back up again on TikTok. You see, or you could try and try and try and try and try and try. We back up on TikTok just for you guys to understand we are here. So or you on TikTok or you say the word. Right, so we back up on TikTok. If you know what just happened there, Miss John. So the people that is following us on TikTok. We are on TikTok, we are on Facebook, and we are on YouTube. The pull down the live. We don't know already the kind of thing that taking place here. People will get vexed and pull down the live, so we put it back up. And if you guys want to follow us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook. We are on Facebook, Workers' Rights 868. Follow us. because TikTok is a place that they could try the best.
To
They
pull
could
it
try the
off.
best. So you
Yes.
send them, we back
And
up,
that
we
is what they
running.
do.
Yeah. So again, let me go and call the woman. I go in and call the woman. We back up on TikTok. Pray for you meet the live, what you would have missed out. We on YouTube and we on Facebook. So I don't get tired. Don't get tired with the thing. Numbers going back up. So go ahead, Miss John. I'm hooking up this line here on the next side.
Okay. So yes, lovers, before he was rudely interrupted by the hate gang, right? Because you know they don't like when we talk or anything we put out. They try to literally block it. They block it for people not to hear it, for people not to understand the things that these people said and what they have done, right? But I just want to jump to Delilah really quickly. And this is pertaining to everything that you guys have watched went down on the media between me and Delilah. Now, if you guys remember, me and Delilah was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And the only reason why the back and forth was actually happening is because, one, Delilah wanted me to stop fighting for justice for Kevon. Delilah fine, I wasted my time fighting for justice for Kevon. Now, I want to know, why is that any of her business? Who I'm fighting for and what I'm fighting for. Now, why are you so bothered, or why were you so bothered that me, Nakia John, fighting for justice for Kevon, my family? Why you hurt about it? Now, I know you didn't want to fight for justice for Boy, because you know who killed Boy, your brother, right? You know who killed him. You know who took him out, and you choose not to speak up against them because you know how deadly it can get. Right, Delilah, Nakisha, Byron? But you have set on the internet and not just slander me. Oh, you try to slander my sister. You try to slander my mother. You try to slander my brother, my family members, my children, my husband, all because I were bringing out nothing but the truth pertaining to Delilah hands in Kevon assassination. Now, Delilah saying she don't know nothing. She not involved and all these things. But if you really look at the receipts, Delilah is the one who come and expose all the messages from the WhatsApp group with Hamil and Rena and all of them who was in that group. And in that group, it say Kevon Courthouse. And while she was exposing that group, you would have seen another group above that group. And the group that was above that group is a group say Kevon Business. Now, the group that say Kevon Business, that is where they would have been sharing Kevon personal business, his whereabouts, keep an eye on the man, watching everything you're doing. If you go by the beach, they're watching at you by the beach. Everything Kevon did was stored in that group called Kevon Business. Now, as I'm fighting for justice, I have to mention Delilah. I have to highlight the things that Delilah said. Now, mind you, Delilah had came in her life, and Taylor would have come in the live and told her, I'm glad we killed Kevon for all you. So we was holding on that for a little while, right? But then time passed, and as time passed, Delilah would have came out and said, way more. Way more. She even let people know, hold on, I'm going to play this recording again. She even let people know it's time for people to know the truth about Kevon assassination. Let me listen to this really quickly.
Wild Boss Lady on TikTok. Right, this is Delilah here. This is my new profile, Boss Lady on TikTok. For everybody that want to hear the truth about Kevon Utley death, it is time for us to speak it out. Well, for me to speak it out, I would like you all to come join the live at 12 o'clock tonight, midnight tonight. And I want you to tag all these people who are calling here. Raw Talk, NCW, Trinidad Killer, Nakia Whittington, Kia, Rena, and all the others named who have been called. You know them. Tag them. At 12 midnight tonight, I'll be going live, and you're going to hear who is behind Kevon Utley death.
Now, if you don't know what happened to Kevin, if you don't know who was behind Kevin assassination, I mean, why are you sitting? Sorry. Why are you sitting down and involving yourself in your enemy assassination, letting the public know that you're coming to let them know who responsible for Kevin assassination? Now, this is the woman who stated she didn't know nothing. Delilah said she don't know nothing about Kevin assassination. She have nothing to do with it and all these gracious things. But yet still Delilah is on another live, sitting down, letting them know about the team of people who killed Kevin and the person wanted to kill she, like how they killed Kevin. Now, a lot of people don't know that Delilah is pretending to be a spiritual woman. Delilah is pretending to be an Obia woman, but Delilah is no Obia woman. Delilah, that message that you see to the left of me would have been Delilah, the woman that Delilah put on to another lady who lives here in America, who went to her for spiritual work. Delilah would have claimed that she could do spiritual work and she know people who can do it. So the woman went over there for help. She paid her money and Delilah was shipping her like, like little items and whatnot. The lady was very close to Delilah. Delilah was sharing all her business with that woman. She would have been sending her videos with drugs, trying to convince the woman to invest in drugs in Trinidad and Tobago. Imagine all using all the platform to convince people in America to invest in drugs in Trinidad and Tobago. Only not using all the platform to do nothing to make the world a better place. But we using our platform to speak up for the right things and people is be hurt. But all it will forever have to be hurt. Because at the end of the day, the truth have to always come out and overthrow the lies. Delilah robbed that lady almost 70,000 US dollars. Then she robbed another lady like about 40,000 US dollars for spiritual work that she lied about, and she could not have performed these work. Everything that Delilah performed went to shreds. All the obia that she says she doing, the woman has seen nothing working out for she. So when the woman decided to ask back for her money, that is when all hell broke loose, and that was April of this year. So what happened was the lady would have come to me because the lady was cool with me first. But me and she fall out and she went over by Delilah. Right? When she went over by Delilah looking for spiritual work, and Delilah said she could do spiritual work and she could help she get the spiritual work done. So the woman went over by Delilah thinking she could have get certain things done because she believed there was a spirit put on her that she needed to be removed, her and her sister. Okay. When Delilah decided to come out and air out the woman on the media and lie on the woman and try to make it look like the woman owes she money, Delilah was really mad at the woman because apparently the woman wanted back her money. And Delilah did not want to give back the woman she money. But the lady who Delilah the woman that Delilah connected the other lady with, the lady who won the spiritual work from America, the woman that Delilah connected her to is Mother, where's the woman named Mother Yei something, right? Mother Shoma and where's the other lady named Paula, Pauline, or whatever the woman name is. Now, this is the woman that Delilah would have been doing spiritual work with. This is the people that Delilah claim can do spiritual work, and they could do this, and they could harm this one, and they can harm that one. Okay. When the woman told Delilah she won back she money, Delilah took her live and decided to let the public know that the woman threatened she life and she grandchildren life and she children life, and the woman said she coming to honor life she, which was completely false. Completely false. So Delilah tried to slander me. I had exposed Delilah in what she did to that woman and how she robbed the woman. The woman went to make a police report on Delilah in Trinidad and out here too, because she would have Helena Clark receiving payments through Zelle for the spiritual work that she knows she couldn't do. There was robbing Miss Ubi blind, robbing the woman blind. So the woman came to me and I stood up for her. Even though, she did what she did, I stood up for her. She gave me the thing, she gave me the video, she gave me everything. Once Delilah saw what I had, that's when all hell broke loose. Right? Delilah started to go mad. Oh, I bury in here. Delilah put me on a turtle. Delilah do all kind of thing. Delilah saying 12 days, the public go see what will happen to me. I still here, right? I still here, right, Delilah? Delilah, apparently your OBI is not OBI in. You understand? I don't know what kind of OBI they're working, but let me tell you the biggest OBI in life. You see God, Delilah, he's the biggest OBI man in life, and nobody could come up against him. So when you see you're sitting down and you're doing wickedness and evilness to people, at some point of time in your life, you're going to get exposed. You're going to get exposed. Now, as the woman, come and give up all the evidence and thing, and I sharing it about what Delilah do the woman, Delilah robbed the woman. Delilah took it personal. Guys, when Delilah ran out on the thing, starting to drag me, oh, she calling up all these people naming murder, and these people knows nothing. They don't know each other, lying again to the public. So I asked myself, if these people don't know anything pertaining to Kevin assassination, or they're not friends or whatever, why did you come out and say the things that you say? Because Delilah is the one who said a lot. She had said a lot. And I want to go into the recording of what it is she was saying pertaining to Kevin assassination. We want to go back to that, that specific recording right there. Because again, this woman said a lot. She said a lot and she did a lot. And we are only here to prove the truth. We're not here to lie to nobody and feed nobody's stories. Delilah would have shared with the woman who doing the spiritual work, Mother Ye, whatever the lady name is, and told the woman that Asha is the one who called the hit on Kevin. Delilah is the one told the woman that. And the woman came out and confirmed it, and it is in the messages right there that you see to the left of me. Delilah confirmed that Asha was the one who called the hit. Right? And they didn't want nobody to say nothing. So if Delilah is identifying Asha, call her hit, and then she's sitting down in this recording saying these things.
You do. But I talk about mathematic or mythic because you're patient at bad talk shit. You talk about how they kill Kevin and Tracy, who are the team of people. So because I exposing you, what's going to expose you? You want to kill me too like I want to kill Kevin? Well, darling, you just press the fucking button. You just press a fucking button. You just press a fucking button. I'm going to drink my breakfast. I'm going to have my breakfast. And I'm coming back on this fucking live. And I want you to make sure and tell Wayne Hunt, what's the white name? Wayne Hunt, and let me get the picture for you. I want Wayne Hunt's family to see what you do to them. And because you can't get your wicked ways, you want to kill me and my family. You see the things you put me through? The things you put me through, and I told it, and I lied, and I kept secrets. For you, and then you want to turn and tell me I this, that, and the other. Like Nakia John gang to your fucking brain, because why? Like Nakia John gang to your brains. Because you're getting close and closer to who killed Kevin. Don't fuck with me, girl. Don't fuck with me. Not because you get Kevin until you walk and he perform the work and you pay to fucking kill him. You want to kill me too. How your mother?
The question is, I told Delilah don't know who take out Kevin.
Just now, Miss John. Just now. You only hitting some heavy stroke there, Miss John. I mean, we can't get them all in one show.
I know.
You understand what I'm saying? And at this point in time, I mean, I'm asking you as a friend, hold back a little bit because.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's a lot. And remember, for 2 years, I got evidence on them. They don't know what is the purpose of justice. In America, we learn when you believe in something, you stand up and you fight for that. You fight for that no matter what. And you do not move until you walk through that door and you are successful. They never see this kind of drive before. They never see this kind of fight, this kind of battle publicly. Who they ever see from Trinidad and Tobago, living in the United States, stand up and fight for murder all the way in Trinidad and Tobago? Put everything on the line just to bring out the truth to the public. 2 years, 2 years of fighting for him,
So at this point in time here, citizens of the Republic, I mean, we would have tackled 2 subjects. And at this point in time, we are giving you a chance to call in. Because many of you outside there would have been saying, this girl mad. Some of you would have taken the necessary step to call my phone personally and say, boy, what's going on with this woman? This woman delusional. And you would have heard the evidence that was played there. Very serious evidence. And we would have been talking concerning the same thing with Twiggy. And, just to say, the numbers are there on the screen. Workers' Rights 868-333-2176. To give your point of view as to what is taking place here, in which you would have just heard. Now, in terms of revealing information concerning Twiggy, the home, Miss John, that you talk about there, that we was now describing, the home is Twiggy's children's home. And
yes.
Twiggy, well, that is the name that it is registered, I believe, through the Ministry of Culture. And she would have gotten full funding from the Ministry of Culture. Now, I don't want to call the person's name.
Yeah.
As to who would have done such a thing. But that needs to be looked into. Because if you would have got...
I feel like it's a lot that Twiggy did that needs to be looked into. It needs to be looked into. Anywhere Twiggy is, wherever, that's why I call these people grammar zone. I call them grammar zone. Because anywhere they go, the ground dead, everything dead around them. When Twiggy goes somewhere, it's to use and abuse somebody. It's to use and abuse that person. She don't like nobody. Twiggy don't like nobody. Twiggy came in my home and pretend to like me, mature, and I'm a husband. And always such a beautiful family. You living better than half of them. Only for you to go Trinidad. Only because you're against me, because I started up for something and you find I shouldn't involve myself. Okay, granted, I give you that. But why you felt the need to come and lie upon my back, knowing I opened my door for you and I put food in your belly? Why would you do that to me? So from right there, I noticed Twiggy have no love, no loyalty. She's a very angry, ignorant person. The only time Twiggy's smiling is when it's money. When it's time to pick up money. That's the truth.
And
that is the truth.
You see, you're starting with your nastiness there again. You know? There are many people, let me show you something. They keep on dropping the live, they're reporting the live.
The reports in it, yeah.
Constantly.
But they don't want the truth out. They don't want people to hear the truth.
Constantly on TikTok. You understand what I'm saying? But we have a technician behind the scene beating the scene. So the many of you that are outside here that are trying and constantly trying to report the live, we have a technician and we paying very close attention to what is going on TikTok right about now. So the 231 followers, viewers that are on TikTok, we are talking about issues in Trinidad and Tobago. One with a murder. I get so frightened with that voice note that you would have just played there with Delilah. That is a serious confession.
It is serious because, and I don't know why people will discard it. Like it's nothing. It is something. And it's something very, very big too. Because remember, before she did that live and she was, stating the things that she's stating, before she did the live and she's stating the things that she's stating, Delilah would have sat on her live and said she don't know who do this to Kevin. She don't know nothing about Kevin assassination. She's not associated with the people names that I'm calling. None of these people is friends. I am crazy and I am delusional. How did you come after you say that to come and admit now about the team of people and who want to take you out, Delilah? Who want to take you out? The same people that took out Kevin. Who is that?
And you know, people, you could call WhatsApp too, you know. Some of you may not want to call for some strange reason. Or you could send a voice note on the number 3332176. Let me try and see if I can get onto this person here. This person would have called and say something.
Okay.
He say play she voice note. But sometimes it's a good thing to hear.
They wanted to play the voice note again. I mean,
Good
Delilah said.
No, good afternoon. Good afternoon, my friend. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good evening.
Right, I would have seen you leave a voice note on the
Yeah, but they gonna know who it is because I live long there for years, but I'm an adult big person and I don't live there again, but I know the person individual. Because at that time when I was living there, a piper came to my home and tipped my tank and certain things, and he sell it to her. She bought it. I know the individual, and she was married. But married to a young guy, and the guy ended up dying. He had one daughter, and he left, and he had a house, and she took the house from the girl. But the girl must see didn't want no back, and also she leave. She leave and she go. She's not a nice person.
So the same Twiggy you're talking about.
Huh?
Oh, is that the same Twiggy?
Yes.
She's dangerous.
All right.
Very, very dangerous.
All right, family. Thanks for the information.
I didn't want you to put in voice anything, but you end up saying it.
All right. Well, no problem. All right. No problem. So, Nikki, I mean,
Yeah.
you hear what was just said there, and the person frightened, eh? You hear what she would have said in closing.
Look, once again, now you see people speak up on them, but there's a lot of people. It's not that they're scared of them, but it's like a nervousness talking up against them, being in Trinidad, talking against them, because in their head they know they could end up dying. It's the same way Chris, Your Majesty Chris, went to Trinidad for Carnival this year. He and Kia end up in a big argument because Keon and them would have been arrested by police in Trinidad for disorderly conduct. The behavior was stink for Carnival, right? And they were arrested by the Trinidad police, keeping Trinidad safe. Hamid would have come out on a live and dragged down that man because the man was on the live exposing that, you know, Keon is arrested and his boyfriend is arrested. Kazim, his husband, is arrested with Keon. So it was his choice to speak on it.
Yeah, but before you go on, look, somebody say on the live here on the TikTok live that Twiggy got charged for fraud already. I don't know how true.
I'm now saying it. Okay, well, say Twiggy got charged for fraud. Well, I know she can't come in America. I know that much. I know she was reported for fraud with Western Union, MoneyGram. She was reported for fraud all around the board.
Yes,
and a long time Twiggy would have came in America just to show off and show people she has she visa and she has she things.
Yeah, well, the line is open. You can call WhatsApp and all. So the person that would have said on TikTok, I mean, yes, the line's open. There are many of you outside here that would have went through some form of thing. The numbers are right there on the screen, 3332176. I mean, you could call and say a point. There are many of you that have certain things on your chest.
Chest, and look, people are saying, could we play the voice note again?
Go ahead and play the voice note, David. Play the voice note.
Said a lot.
Like you're looking for the voice note on that side, girl.
No, I'm playing it right now.
Because your patient is bad talk shit. You talk about how they help people in Trinity for all the wicked things you do. And because I talk about mathematic or mythic, because your patient is bad talk shit. You talk about how they kill people in Trinity. Who are the team of people? So because I exposing you, what's going to expose you? You want to kill me too like I want to kill Kevin? But darling, you just press the fucking button. You just press that fucking button. You just press that fucking button. I'm gonna drink my breakfast. I'm gonna have my breakfast. And I'm coming back on this fucking live. And I want you to make sure and tell Wayne Hunt, what's your wife's name? Wayne Hunt, and I'm never get pity for you. I want Wayne Hunt's family to see what you do to them. And because you can't get your wicked ways, you want to kill me and my family. You see the things you put me through? The things you put me through, and I hold it, and I lie, and I keep secrets. For you, and then you want to turn and tell me I this, that, and the other, like Nakia John getting to your fucking brain, because why? Like Nakia John getting to your brains, because you're getting close and closer to who killed Kevin. Don't fuck with me, girl. Don't fuck with me. Not because you get Kevin until you walk and he perform the work and you pick the fucking kill him. You want to kill me too. How your mother could expose you?
How she know they get Kevin at work and they kill and Kevin didn't perform the work, so they kill Kevin? I thought she said she don't know nothing about Kevin assassination.
You're not picked up life. I will expose you and pick up fucking life. See, I didn't hear before. I tell me you give Kevin until this fucking walking city. To this fucking angle. To the person. Because you did it. But you know the man's family. The people to fucking kill him. No matter how you want me dead, all of you go fucking go down. Let me show all of the family. Today's one day. I'm ready for your mother. Cause you're gonna send your gun man now. Number 9 spring chest 1 road point 14. And make sure your gun man has 15 minutes. 15 hours.
My God. You know, I hear all kind of thing in my lifetime already. In my lifetime. I mean, and this one sending chills up my spine.
It is?
Because, I mean, it's a clear admittance to the whole crime scene.
The whole thing, yes. And everybody acting like they're not hearing it.
And this bother me. Because you also this is Nikki. Miss John, a matter of fact. Let me call him Miss John because
Yeah.
you're all sad about this whole story. This is dangerous.
Very.
Because in Trinidad and Tobago, you could go missing for putting out information like this. Our justice system, it nasty and stink. And me do nobody nothing, and I telling you the truth. I mean, you have been speaking certain things, and I believe that everybody have a voice, or should be given an outlet to speak out on certain things. And if we had to start some way, we had to do two things at this point in time. You see that way Twiggy do? We had to deal with she. You lie to everybody to get your way. And in this case here, you are seeing a direct confession. I mean, people could say what they want about Kevin. He's a buller. That is what people say. He's a clown. But at the end of the day, nobody deserves to die in that manner.
In that manner.
Nobody in give life here in Trinidad and Tobago, and matter of fact, the world. It's God that give life.
That is why I always tell people, he is worthy of justice, just as if it's anybody else, they are worthy of it too. It don't matter who they was as a person. Once someone is gunned down and killed by gunshots, you cannot say, oh, this person are going to get justice because you're not seeing nothing happening, you're not seeing the motion, the behind the scenes, you don't know what's going on. But when you see 5 years, 6 years, something pass, and the police now arresting somebody, you go say, wait boy, them now arresting people for that? That is how it goes. Especially when they was not able to arrest anybody within the first 48 or 72 hours, the case already went cold. But by we speaking up and not allowing them to sweep it under the rug, because we now have a clear case of, and I also have that recording here, Michilou and them put a hit on another TikTok influencer from Trinidad, somebody named Michilou, right? And we have that recording, and for some reason Kevon's name ended up coming up in that live where they were addressing the hit that was put on Nadia, and Nadia was scared for her life, and they say, okay, Chris might have been the mastermind, but all the people who was trying to help Chris take out Nadia, because they was plotting to take out Nadia. Now we have a clear case where people is bravely planning and plotting influencers assassination. So if you don't like an influencer, you could just pay a little couple dollars and take them out. These people have opened a new lane for criminals to feel like this is okay. These people opened up another lane of crime here. And I feel like there's something need to be done about this, because after Kevon was assassinated, and that was a hit that they put on the manor, that was a hit they call on Kevon. You now have Michilou, a TikTok, I'm not Michilou, Nadia, a TikTok influencer, who somebody named Chris and Michilou and them was plotting to kill Nadia. Now, I know Michilou is Asha, good friend, good Matty, right? All these people is connected in certain ways. So if they could sit down and plan to kill Nadia, on a live Nadia, I mean, who's to say that they didn't do this to Kevon? People cannot be so oblivious to the truth, because the reason for standing for this is to put an end to this level of crime, is to make sure that nobody's able to carry out an act like this and get away with it. This was a wicked act, a very wicked act. And anybody publicly want to get involved and say, oh, you know, you shouldn't be, no, and they was brave enough to take him out, well, it should be brave enough to stand the truth.
You know, you would have said that, Miss John, and right now I'm behind the scene here feverishly looking for a pity. You know that there was a hit on some people outside here in Trinidad. I mean, you would have talked about a precedent that have been set by this same Kevon murder scenario here.
Yeah.
And it's a dangerous precedent because, one, that they feel that anytime somebody says something in Trinidad and Tobago and they don't like it,
you could just unalive them. That's wrong.
Thank you.
And that is what we're standing for here. Or they cannot just take out anybody, or they feel like because they talk. Because then you have to understand life is fair. And life is so fair that you might do it to somebody, not even knowing when you walk outside, somebody come back and do it to you. This is a dangerous game these people and them is playing. You understand? And something really needs to be done about this. This is another epidemic. I will put it like that. Because here you have people comfortably now talking on TikTok to take out other people. You understand? It's a okay now. You seeing people getting killed on a live. You understand? People sitting on the live talking and somebody come and shoot them in the head because why? They're climbing the ladder, they're elevating, they might have said things to them they didn't like, but do you think it deserves somebody ending in gunshots? There's no justification for that level of murder. None. And nobody could justify this. And if anybody feel like, oh, we shouldn't do this, listen, when they come knocking on your door, when you wake up at morning and you might hear a family member, something happened to a family member, and you're sick to your stomach, don't run now for somebody to defend and stand up, you know, because that is what we fighting for, to make a difference, to put an end to that level of crime, and to show these criminals they have no power and strip them from that power. You see, Raw Talk would have put up pictures of influencers who there was a hit call on them. I hear there was a hit on the on Raw Talk too. She and all wasn't that, but she didn't put it there at all. She didn't put it there at all.
Now, this is you see, this is how important this is, and according to what said there, there's a precedents that have been set here in Trinidad and Tobago that we must break. Truth matters in this country, and it matters so much that we must be able to speak on it no matter what, no matter who, no matter where. You understand? This is democracy here in Trinidad and Tobago.
It is.
And we cannot.
And it's also the oppressing people in Trinidad and Tobago.
True.
Because it come like you can't have a voice. You can't have a voice, because the minute you have a voice, you have a platform. Your platform might look like you have thousands of people looking at you. That's a problem. That is a problem. And we need to put a stop to that, because we will see influencers come and go like this, die like this, like nothing. And their life is not accounted for. Because guess what? When they die, what justice are they getting? What justice are they stamping for these people? These people are dying and nobody's being held accountable for these crimes. This is wrong.
And look this big fat list that it have here. Influencers, and some of them there would have reached out to the relevant authority. And here what take place? Some of them, because the name was not on the list, they would have shoved this as this is nothing. There was a lady that would have called me shaking. I could have hear the tremors in the voices of the in the voice of the person. And when I would have said, hey, or you call this person and see what's going on, or you call that person and see what's going on, and nothing. They put a hit on all the influencers and them, all of them. They would have reached out to Heavy and TC on the future of talk. And Heavy, according to the information that was sent here to me, they would have passed out the information as if it was nothing. There are people that said that they would have sent this thing forwarded to certain people's phone. This go way beyond political boundaries, you know. This is somebody's life, you know.
You will have people going to the police for serious things and getting turned away. Women who have been sexually assaulted have reached out to me. They went to the police and the police turned them away. You understand? Things like this is happening. But we also have to know as a people, how are we going to make that difference? Because we can't rely on the government. We can't wait for the government to make that change, because the government is not making the change for the people. And I don't know how the government expect a country to run when all of the communities is broken in Trinidad and Tobago. Every community is broken. The only community might have a little, you know, is the upscales one, the one with the wealthy and the rich and the politicians and them living. But what about the poor people? What about the people who can't even make ends meet or can't buy a bread? Everything's so expensive. Everything is expensive. People can barely make it. Jobs are scarce. Some of these young people who is looking for jobs, some of them cannot find jobs. You understand? Something has to be reformed in order for help to be given. They have to reform a lot of things. There's a lot of things that is wrong within the police department, within customer service, the way they handle people, the way they deal with people on the whole. Now, how could you as a country want to attract tourists and outsiders when outsiders is looking in and they are getting to see how all you're oppressing people in Trinidad, how you killing someone for just speaking, people killing you from the airport now. They unaliving you from the airport. They're robbing you from the airport. People can't go in safely no more because they're getting robbed. They're getting robbed from the airport. So the way I see it, I'm not just fighting for Kevon. This is a right that needs to be done. A change needs to be done. I know people say, oh, it's long time these things going on, nothing will change. Change can only happen is if you take a step and you rise up to make that change. You don't wait for people to make the change, because while you're sitting and you're watching and you're contemplating, when tragedy knock your door, where you go do? Where you go do? You go now want to run and see if you gather somebody to stand up and fight that good fight with you? Huh? No, make that change now. Get involved now. Make a difference now. Don't feel your voice don't matter. Your voice matter. Everybody have a voice that they can use it. And as black people, I feel like we need to know more now than ever that our voice matter. Our voice matter. Don't matter how much you try to label you. Don't matter how much you try to beat you down. Your voice matter. Your opinion matter.
So true, so true. So there are many of them, many people outside there that would have been joining us here live on TikTok. I mean, and I would like to say good evening to Miss Lisha. I don't know if I pronounce it.
Lisha, I think it's her name, Lisha.
Lisha. She always join us. She always like the videos on the platform.
She's a good one, yeah.
And you know, to the new viewers, Miss Blossom Gill.
Miss Blossom Gill. Miss
Good
Blossom Gill, Lisha.
And to all of you that is on TikTok. Yes, good night, Miss Lisha. It has somebody there who I see there, and I don't want to call she name. I mean, I ban she from on some other platform.
My sister Avalon is here.
Okay.
My sister Lydia is here. My sister Avalon is here.
Well, good night, Tiba West. I'm a neighbor. Yeah, I feel, yeah. I'm a neighbor. Good night, neighbor.
Good night, lover. Right. So, like I was saying, I'm all about change, and I'm all about making a difference, not just by saying it, but actually being that pillar. You understand? Now, you can't change everybody. You can't change everybody, and you can't make a difference with everything. But the little that you can do it. Do it. Make your mark. You stand up and you keep your mouth closed and you don't say nothing and you don't stand up for what's right. I mean, you just go in with the flow. You just go in with the flow. You don't consider a real person. You consider one of the persons who in the matrix. Because everybody's caught up on this wave, this hype of this new reality where people is not, how could I say, they're not compassionate, they're not loving, they're not caring. Somebody see a next man getting shot right down there, guess what? Sometimes people look after the shooting and nobody will call the police, the person just bleed out and dead. Some people might call the police, some people scared, they don't even want to call the police on the phone. You understand? The way the world is becoming is just becoming a place where it's hard for people to speak up for things. It's hard for people to come forward and express themselves, and that should never be. We have a voice that we could use freely. We can use our voice freely, but when our voice is being used freely and we're being attacked, slandered, or what people wanting to unalive you just for sharing your thoughts and opinion and for bringing facts, I mean, it speaks volumes. It speaks volumes. It shows how powerful you are as a person. Because if you can get their attention to get them so upset and so mad because of the things that you play that they say, it's something that is striking a nerve in their body when you play their recordings. That is what's been going on with these people. Delilah, Hamil Hussein, even Mr. Kern Joseph. You was wanted for a shooting in Trinidad and Tobago, you know. This man was wanted for a shooting.
Yeah, but who is Mr. who is Mr. Kern Joseph? Because there are people may not know all these proper names and things that you have. Who is Mr. Kern Joseph that you're talking about?
So Mr. Kern Joseph would be Trinidad Killer.
Okay. Okay.
Right? And Trinidad Killer would have fled Trinidad not too long after Kevon assassination. Literally within weeks. Like, he fled Trinidad. But before he fled Trinidad, a lot of people in the public did not know that the Trinidad police wanted him for questioning for a shooting. Now I asked the public, what shooting all you think he was wanted for? If we telling all you, he is involved in Kevon assassination. Why do you think the police wanted to question him? Why? What shooting you think the police wanted to question him for, and he left Trinidad before the police could question him? So we knew all along the things we have, the things we have been playing, you know, and if I was them, I will be mad too, you know, somebody bringing out all this shit on me. I mean, what could I do if I just had to sit down and take it? But it also had to be fair. I'm not attacking Oli with nothing else other than their words, right? And my job is not to concern about their feelings or people's feelings. My job is the end game, and the end game is justice for me. It don't matter if the justice takes 5 years, I know it will come for Kevon because he's deserving of it. That man needed his flowers a long time, because just as much people hated him, people loved him. And not just loved him, but Kevon brought laughter to people in the jails, people in the hospitals, people who are sick in the hospital and can't leave. He brought laughter to them throughout the pandemic. You understand? And everybody grew to love Kevon, grew to love him. People who didn't like him, people grew to love him. How could anybody say, oh, just jump over it, leave the man let him rest? How could he rest? No justice will be served if the truth is not out. And whether they do something about it or not, whether the police do something about it or not, we are actually watching these people fall right before our eyes. And we always used to say, it doesn't matter how the justice come, as long as the justice come. I noticed somebody came and left a comment under the video and saying, there God don't deal with Sodom and Gomorrah. But you like a Sodom and Gomorrah because technically you are coming in and listening to what we are playing and what we are saying, and you getting upset because we are sharing what these people have done. And you say God don't deal with Sodom and Gomorrah, but you're sure looking at things that is Sodom and Gomorrah. People like Twiggy, she does look at. People like Asha, she does look at. People like Delilah, she does look at. Only watching dogs upon the internet. But when all see real woman like me come out to bring out truth on something, who is she? She giving she mouth liberty, and they give them mouth liberty when was coming to Kevon, and Hammy sit down bodily and say the gunman coming for him. So why, when I give my mouth liberty with the truth, people have a problem? So you have to take up that problem with the Lord in prayer, my love. That's it. There's nothing you could do about it. You understand? But we have the truth on these people. We know we will have to give our part to, because we have to come back and finish off these things, right? Delilah, Asha, Raw Talk, Rena, they all going to get a specific day where we will share the things that they were saying, the things that we will highlight for people to understand they are involved deeply in Kevon assassination. And we have proven our case time and time and time again. And it's not about just justice and the police arresting somebody. It's also about people being informed. So you know to stay clear from these people. Do not surround yourself with people that is surrounding these people. Because guess what? You might just be next. You might just be next. And I just always say, whether they want to take me out or not, I walk with God. And I walk by faith and not by sight. And I know what man can do, God can do. And all who wish it upon me may fall back onto them. Okay? So we're not sitting here wishing people bad. We are sitting here playing evidence, asking for justice for Kevon. That is what we are doing. And if that is something wrong, well then maybe you don't know what it's like to fight for something. Maybe you don't know what it's like to stand up and speak for what's right. You know? But don't wait till it come knocking on your door. Don't wait till a family member get licked down, or a cousin get licked down, or a child you love get licked down. Take action now. Make that difference now. Take a stand now. Don't allow people like Twiggy and them to sit and lie and manipulate. Twiggy can get Wassa job, and people sitting in Trinidad with no job. Twiggy working with Wassa. Wassa we say earlier. And I said it. Where did she get qualifications to work in Wassa? Where? Who found she fit to pursue in Wassa? So again, if Twiggy can get a job and working in Wassa without the proper qualification, the lies that Twiggy tell publicly to people, the things that Twiggy have done. There's a girl that reached out to me and told me, Twiggy, she used to go to Twiggy when Twiggy get the barrel with the sneakers and them thing. And she used to go to Twiggy when Twiggy get the barrels and stuff to get sneakers for she son for school. Because Twiggy used to get the barrel a wrong time for school. So she was like, you know what, let me go and see Twiggy about sneakers I could get for my son for school. When she went by Twiggy tells she can't get none of the sneakers in the barrel. Do you know where all them sneakers went? It went to the gunman and them. It went to the gunman and them, she gunman and them, and she gunman children and them. You understand? And the girl and she son never get a pair of sneakers. And she rather give the gunman and them who are 10 and 15 pair of Jordans, and the children are 10 and 15 pair of Jordans, but she will not give a little boy from the hood who has nothing and don't even know what it feel like to own a pair of Jordans. Twiggy is a wicked woman. Wicked. You understand? And nobody can argue that with me. Wicked. The month and something she stayed in my house for, it was enough time for me to see who she really is. Enough. Right, lovies? So, I don't know if you want to take back the floor now.
No, well, I mean, I see you go off there. And, you know, I had to give you room as to express yourself fully.
Yeah.
And, you know, we have a top viewer there on TikTok, Miss Lizama or Lizami. Oh gosh, thanks all the roses and the likes and the shares, a matter of fact. Thank you. So I want to shout out down to Warrior Princess, not that one, because we have something with the real Warrior Princess, the cussbot, the person that has just cuss. I mean,
it's fraud. All of them involved in fraud.
No,
they all involved in fraud. And look, we can't do everything tonight.
Yeah, we can't do everything
tonight. Right? So we're going to have to make this another segment this coming Saturday where we do part 2. We have to expose, we finish expose, we go finish expose Twiggy. We have to come back and finish expose Delilah, the rest of things Delilah said. We also have to expose Asha, the woman who sit down and called Trinidad a shithole, and now she ended up right back in the shithole country. You understand? The woman marriage gone through. Look at the condition of this woman. This woman says she's 120 pounds, you know. And this is the woman sits down, the little black woman, drag down black woman, call we monkeys, call we gorillas, belittling us as women. Right? Now you have to sit on the internet and beg for GoFundMe money because your husband suing you. Your husband take out an order of protection against you. We have watched this woman fall right up on the internet because we say no justice, no peace. And we have watched these people have no peace in their life for 2 years since they take out Capo.
This is a whole this is a whole bunch of things here, and people really and truly, we are going to give you a part 2 on this whole story here. We can't do all in one night, and don't call me after the program and cuss, because at the end of the day, or you have a chance that or you could call in and you can make your comment known.
And we didn't get justice for Kevon, as Avalon is saying. We did not get justice for Kevon. We want justice. We was his followers. I was a follower in Yank Nation too, and I used to watch all the bacchanal. I used to watch everything and laughing and love watching Kevon. So you know what? Even in that, I am standing and giving him that same support. Same support.
So again, people, we call it an end. You know, some of you are behind there. We can't read all the comments. Everyone that are there, somebody would have said, you know, there's other things that we could do except than bypass the ordinary police in Trinidad. I mean, I know about such an action that could take place other than police. I don't know. We got to get some advice concerning that. So at this point in time, people of Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension the world, we are going
Brenda, my lover. Sorry.
we are going to call off the live here this afternoon. But before I make my departure, I turn over the program to Miss John. Let Miss John close as how she see fit. She may have thousands of people that would have joined the live and shared the live and think. Again, she a chance for she to call out some of the people and them would have joined she here tonight. Again, my name is Edison Jeffrey. This is the Workers' Rights Platform. And Miss John, I turning it over here to you. Go ahead.
First and foremost, I must say thank you to all of you beautiful queens and kings who have stood there and supported me in this fight for justice. And I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy having to come on every day and we go through the same things over and over, right? But it's for a purpose, guys. You know, sometimes the road might get weary, it might get hard, but that is okay. That is a part of life. And when you're fighting for something, trust me, it's not worth fighting for if you don't go through the heartache and the headache for it. You understand? Nothing is given to no one in this life. Nothing is handed to you, right? You have to fight for anything you want. If you need money, you have to work. If you're hungry, you have to cook unless you have money to buy food, right? Nothing is just given to you in this life. You have to work hard for what you want. And I believe by sitting here and us coming together and not just discarding everything, we are sitting here and we are actually taking in everything together. I want to commend you guys and I want to give you guys all the flowers, because if it was not for you guys, we wouldn't be here fighting this fight. Right? I'm not alone in this. And I know I'm not alone in this. Even with the silent yankers, the silent supporters, the ones that had his back from day one, the ones that still cry tears today, the ones that still praying and lighting their candle and asking God for justice. I promise you one day you will see that justice. Right? Now, we don't know God's timing. Right? No one knows God's timing. But God's timing is always the right timing. And in the right timing, we will see justice for him. But I just want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart. For 2 years, I have watched his solid followers back me. I watched his silent ones back me. I watched the haters and all who didn't like me still come back and had to end up backing me. You understand? And I just want all you to know, pat all yourself on all his shoulder. Because this fight was not going to be possible without you guys, okay? I do love each and every one of you that come in and support and chime in. This is not the end. We will be back for a part 2 this coming Saturday. I do want you guys to know that. We'll be right back here on this page. The job is not done. We are now getting started. The fight for justice continues until something is done, meaning the cuffs go on these people's hand. We need the criminals to be we need the police to take away the power. That is what we need. So they don't feel they have the power or the authority to remove anybody off of this earth just for speaking up for what's right. Okay? So anything you believe in, you stand up and you fight for it. Don't give up on nothing in this life. Anything you believe in, stand tall on it. That's all I would say, right? But we will be back again next week, Saturday, and we will continue on our journey for justice. Our journey, the reason why I say it just started is because we're now getting started with when coming to the evidence. We have a lot of things to go through, a lot of things to play, a lot of things for the public to understand what they did, what happened, what transpired, who said what. Why would they say certain things, you know? If they're not guilty, why would they say these things? Why would Delilah say these things, you know? So we just got to really pick the sense out of the nonsense, and that is what we have been doing. But to each and every one of you beautiful people, I want to wish you guys a blessed Saturday night. I had a long day, you know. I don't think I'm going to be live tonight, guys, but I will definitely be on tomorrow morning early so we can talk and we can continue to talk the things, because the things is not going to talk itself. And I just want to say to Kevon, I want the universe to hear this. To Kevon, he was one of a kind. He was a comedian. And if a lot of people did not understand what being a comedian is like, well, he understood it because he have shown time and time again all his funny ways, all the stories he will tell and make you laugh. He will relieve a lot of people's stress. Things that people may be going through, they look to him as a little reliever. Everybody that's going through something in life need a little distraction here and there. Nobody sit down and just take the seriousness from life all the time. Right? So Kevin was a stress reliever for a lot of people. A lot of people. So when they took him out, a lot of people got sad. So I always say their tears will never go in vain. Never go in vain. And especially if it's good-hearted people that cry for him, their tears is not going in vain. Right? So I'll leave this by saying our God is a good God, and he's not a picky and choosy God, We are all his children. And when someone wants to be judgmental, sometimes God do things to shut that person up. For all the people who say, oh, we crazy, we didn't know what we was talking about, how you feel now? Knowing that we brought out so much evidence and every last one of them looks stupid and guilty. Especially Twiggy too, who sat down and lied, who actually stayed in the house and lied she asked off. But we do have a lot to go through, and we'll be back next week, guys. I love you all. I want to wish each and every one of you guys a beautiful night. Avalon, my sister, have a blessed night. Charlene, good night. Stacy, my lover, good night. Nettie, baby, good night. Rhonda, darling, good night. It's good seeing all of you beautiful ladies here in the building, supporting all of the top Yankers. I know them. I know a lot of them. You understand, Miss Puff? Good night, darling. Good night. Blessed night to each and every one of you. Lizzie, baby, good night. My sister, good night. I love you all. And we'll be back tomorrow, guys. But next week, Saturday, we'll be back on this segment. Okay, guys? So you guys know where to come. We didn't play much tonight, but next week, we will get right into it. Okay? So, love in the house. And I hope you guys enjoy, our topics, because we did wanted to address certain topics with Twiggy, because Twiggy have done a lot and Twiggy have been lying. Twiggy got a WASA position and nobody knows how she fulfilled that position. Nobody knows her qualification. Nobody knows anything. We just seen Twiggy working in a high position in WASA. So again, we have to talk about these things, because guess what? If we don't talk about it, nobody does. So again, love in the house, and it's your girl John, and we'll be back.
I'm going to tell you something with me. I am a so-called family talking about me. I want to call mine. I'm going to tell you something. When you want mileage, come good. Come real good. Don't come with no piece of talk to embarrass yourself. They're dragging you too much on Facebook. You see all this where you send for me? Go back in Western Union. Go back in all the places they send this for. And you will see your money waiting on you. Never touch it. This is too small for Twiggy to go Western Union or Unit Trust and stand up for. Just go in there now and collect back from since 220 or 222 or whatever. Go back and collect your money. When you want to talk with me. This money is not no money for me to play with. No way in Trinidad and Tobago. You know what she sent this money for? But I pass you by you, me can't talk about you, I don't talk, I consider you as a family, me don't talk about people. I never go at that, never, as the Lord here in me, I never run behind that money. I know money, that is embarrassment for me to go and make a line ranking Twiggy, aka Willa Willa, the Oka with no breaks in Western Union, or money grant for 50 US. Why looking, not like a spanger?
For that, I so thirsty. And barrel of food, people they shopping for me. Barrel of clothes, people just go and think for me. Answer me for children. I go run for that to make them so. People, look, I wouldn't even talk what people say about them.